Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Christy Vann with Fantastic Finances, and on this channel I teach velocity banking. So today we are working with a lady who has an income of $4,200. She has small credit card balances and a couple of cards that she wants to get rid of. So like I said, her income is at $4,200. Her expenses are currently at $3,801. Her cash flow is $399. She has 2 cars, and then, like I said, she's got 4 credit cards that she wants to get rid of. And her living expenses that she can put on a credit card is at $2,387. So if this were my situation, I would take the Discover card, and I believe it has a $2,500 limit. I would take all of my expenses, put on the Discover card, and then transfer my income into the Discover card to pay the expenses at the $2,387. That will immediately wipe out the balance on this Discover card. It'll wipe out the payment as well. Then all of her expenses will come out through the month. Then she'll do it again next month, okay? So another thing I would do if this were my situation is I would get out there and I would find a line of credit. Now, if she can use a credit card, that's fine. If she can get the limit increased on the credit card to where we're up to about $10,000. But really, your line of credit just needs to be the amount of your income every month. So if she got one for $5,000, we could still use it to work down her balances. It's just that with $10,000, we can go ahead and pick up most of this debt right off, except for car number 2, and get that wiped out so that she can gain some cash flow and she can start working this debt down. With the $10,000 line of credit, she would pay off car number 1, SAM number 1 and 2, and Capital One. So the total of those debts comes to $8,890. The payments then that would turn into cash flow, which is what we go for. We want the cash flow because that is how we work down our debt. She would bring 464, 31, 49, and 45 to the table, turning all of that into cash flow, which means that this line of credit is going to be paid off in less than 6 months, and that includes the interest. So the $8,890 would go like this. Income would go in month 1 at $4,200, and immediately see how that brings her balance down to $4,690. That's what we're going for, because that cuts that interest off. And just to play unfair on this, I added a 20% interest on a line of credit. Now, lines of credit don't usually go up past 12% and usually stay around 7%. So I know that our economy is very unstable right now, and I know the feds keep hiking those rates. So it may be up to 12, 15%. I went ahead and did 20% so that we leave plenty of room for error, okay? The expenses at $3,154 would come back out, and then her interest would come out at $150. Now, the $3,154, that's going to include all of her living expenses, her rent, I think $1,600, $1,700, and this card's $525. So she still has to make payments every month. Remember, the expenses are coming off of this Discover card. So on the due date, she will transfer out of the line of credit, pay off that credit card, saving her any interest on that from now on. Month 2, she'll do the same thing. Income in, expenses, and interest out. Notice how the interest is going down even at 20%. In month 3, income will go in, and looky here, her balance is down to $2,883, 20% interest. I figured at 120, that's high, but that's okay. It's leaving room for error, and it's paying this off much quicker than what I have shown here. Month 4, her income is going to go in, her expenses and interest come out. Month 5, the same thing. And then in month 6, check this out. Income goes in, her balance is down to $60. $60. Expenses and interest will come back out. Then we're going to put $6,000 on car number 2. That stands at a $27,000 balance as we begin. Maybe a little bit less when we get to month 6, but we're going to go with $6,000, bringing her balance up to $92.85. Month 7, the income is going to go in, the expenses and the interest will come back out. Month 8, the same thing. Then she's going to continue this for 4 more months. After the 4th month, she will be in the 13th month of her strategy. After the 4 months is up, She will then have a balance of $3,864. She will add $6,000 more to car number 2. Then her income will go in for month 13, bringing her balance down to $5,664. The expenses and interest would come back out again, bringing her balance to $8,973. She will continue this for 8 more months, just income in, expenses out. Her balance will be at $1,725 at the end of the 8 months, and she will take $7,000 and put on car number 2. So she's really making progress with getting that car paid off. Her balance would be at $8,725. In month 21, her income will go in, her expenses and interest will come back out. She will do this for 8 more months. Her balance will be $261. She is going to pay off car number 2 at $8,000, bringing her balance to $8,261. Her income in month 30 will go in. Then look here, her expenses are down to $2,629 because we no longer have to make that car payment. So that does nothing but really speed up the payoff. She'll be at a $6,775 balance. She'll do this for 4.5 more months and she will be completely debt free. It's going to take her about 34.5 months at the most to pay off all of her debt. And remember, in the first 6 months, she wiped out everything except the car loan at $27,000. But in 34.5 months, she is done. By the time she gets to the 6th month, her credit score is going to zoom up. She is going to be able to get any line of credit she wants. When she does that, she could probably go ahead and pull that whole amount of that car number 2 in and start working that down and paying that off very quickly. So I'm assuming that she's out of this debt in a couple of years and not 34.5 months. I hope that this video made sense to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I appreciate you guys every day. I get so many nice comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.